Hey class, so what I'm going to do today is explain how to use Adobe Express to make your introduction video. So the Adobe Express that I was using previously got upgraded, so we're kind of learning this new one together. You can also use things like Canva, it works really well. Any free video making software is going to kind of do the same thing, so if you already have one that you prefer, by all means, go with that one. But if you've never done this before, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Express. But yeah, as I said, by all means, try a different one if that doesn't work for you. Okay, so this is the assignment that we're going to be starting with in terms of making a video. So it's introducing you to visual media, and then you're also making a 5 facts about me type of video. It should be pretty simple, but if you've never made a video before, it's probably going to take a little bit to get used to it, so that's totally fine. Okay, so this assignment, it kind of goes over why we care about visual media, why I do incorporate it into the class, and then it goes over, this is going to be replaced with the video that I'm making right now, again, because the program got upgraded, so it's like a new version, so that's why we're doing this. But this is where we're really going to be focusing on. So this is the assignment itself. And so what it does is goes over the video requirements. So this is really what we're going to be looking at because this is going to tell us exactly what needs to be in the video and in what order. So first we're going to start with a title card where you introduce yourself and provide some general information. It can be anything from like how long you've been at the college, what your major is, what your, goals are, whatever it is, just to give you kind of a sense of who you are. Then your second part of the video is going to be telling me about your name. So I would just write your full name out and then just kind of explain basically does any of it have any meaning to you, your family? Were you named after someone? Were you named after something that your parents cared about? So yeah, what's the meaning? Were you named after anyone? And then what does this name mean to you personally? And so this can be as personal or as impersonal as you want. Obviously, you don't need to share anything you're not comfortable with, but it's just, again, a way to get to know a little bit more about you. Then the next part of the video is going to be 5 different facts about you. So you are going to separate these out into different sections of the video. I don't want you to just throw them all onto one slide, basically. Have 5 different sections, but you'll get to choose what 5 facts you want to talk about. Down here, it gives you a little bit more information. So like one of the 5 facts should be something you did in the past that was important to you. So it could be anything from a class you took or travel that you did or relationships that you had or whatever it is. At least one of the 5 facts should be about something that you're looking forward to doing in the future. So this could be a trip, maybe it's just transferring, maybe it's an opportunity you're hoping to have, anything. And then the rest can be any interesting facts about you. And then after you have your 5 facts, you're going to have your conclusion card, and you're just going to choose one word that you would use to describe yourself. Again, this can be as personal or impersonal as you want. You can be silly with it. It doesn't really matter. It's just a way of getting to know your personality a little bit. So none of this is like a test. There's no bad way of doing this. It's just a way of learning more about you and kind of sharing kind of maybe your more fun side or whatever you like, your more creative side with me. Okay, so that's the assignment that we're working on. So then the next thing is, okay, how do I make this video? So what you're going to do is you're going to just Google Adobe Express. This is kind of the first way to go. And then you're just going to click on the link here. And it's going to look like this. So as it says up here, it is completely free. So you're just going to say get Adobe Express for free. And then it's going to have you sign in to either, I think, your Google account. I think you can sign in via Facebook if you want. I would go with Google because you are going to be also using Google Docs in this class. So you might as well have it all in one place. But obviously do whatever you want. I'm not going to like check or anything. So you're going to click on this. And then once you've all signed in, it should look like this. And so it's going to have a bunch of different options for different things you can make. And so we are going to be making a video, but by all means, if you want to check this out and use it for, things like social media or putting together a portfolio or whatever you're interested in, this is really an interesting and really helpful creative tool to use. So for our purposes today, we are going to just be making a video. So on here, you can see that it says video, so that's the easiest way of doing it. I believe you could also click on this little, can you? I think so. Yeah, I think you can also use like a video here, but I think the easiest at this point is just to click the one up here. So we're going to click on video, and then we are going to, let's see, I think our easiest probably would just be YouTube video, because that's kind of the type of thing that we're doing. And then we're going to create from scratch. So find YouTube video. I think video would also be fine, but YouTube video works. And then create from scratch. Okay. And then so what it's going to do is right away it's going to give you a scene. So scenes are really what they're using to describe kind of sections of the video. So anytime you start a new scene, you get to change the background, you get to change the uh, text that's on the screen. If you have a video or something, you can change that. So scenes are really good ways of breaking up your video into different sections. So that's how I'm going to kind of use them is, you know, section 1, section 2, section 3, that kind of thing. But yeah, they're just calling it scenes. So if we go back to the assignment, we can see that we can kind of pretty easily break this video up into a number of sections. So say section 1 is going to be our title card. Section 2 is going to be you telling me about your name, so that's 2. Sections 3 through 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 3 through 7 will be the 5 facts about you. So now we're at that, we have 7 sections, and then section 8 can be your conclusion card. So we should be able to do this video in about 8 sections. Now, as with any video, if you end up wanting to go longer, you can always break sections up into multiple sections and, you know, have the same background or something like that. Because I believe it only lets you record narration for about 30 seconds per section. So if it goes over that 30 seconds, you might want to split it up. But for the sake of kind of simplicity at this point in our video making, we're just going to put it into 8 sections and kind of see how that goes. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we decided section 1 is going to be our title. That makes sense. So first we are going to choose a background. So media is where you're going to kind of choose the visuals that we're going to be seeing. So they have photos, you can do video, and we'll do audio in a little bit, but we'll start with the visual aspect of this. So it looks like that you could choose like videos to play behind, which is interesting. So you're definitely welcome to play around with that. I don't have an issue with that. I think I'm gonna just focus on photos to keep it simple, but it looks like, let's see what would happen. So yeah, I think so. I believe how this would work is that once you record your narration, the video would play in the background. So you'd be able to kind of have like moving dynamics in your visuals, which I think is really cool. So as I said, by all means, play around with that. Instead, though, I'm gonna go with some photos. Um, okay, and then so what you want to do is just kind of choose ones that you think kind of fit your vibe or that fit what you want to talk about. With this, it's a little bit less structured, so you can have fun with it. And then obviously later on, if you're making videos about a particular topic, then you could maybe be a little bit more focused in terms of your visuals. But for this one, if you want to use it as an opportunity to play around, go for it. Okay, I'm going to use this weird rainbow picture. No, I need to remove my first part. Okay. The question is, how do I remove it? I cannot. Oh, I think I can just remove it from. Yeah, okay. So if you want to remove a layer, see, I'm learning this too. If you go to the side, it'll have all the different layers you have going on. If you just press delete, it'll delete it. So if I deleted this, it would go away. So for this one, though, I do want to use it. And so if you want to use a photo and you want it to fill the full screen, but it won't, just make it bigger because it's just going to fill in the extra space and it's only going to show what's in your, whatever, the video square. So feel free to do that. Okay, so that is going to be my background. And then I'm going to add in, what else? Okay, I'm going to do some text. So text here, I'm going to add text. And this is where I'm going to do the title. So the title for the video is going to be 5 facts about and then I'll put my name. I'll capitalize my name. There we go. Okay, and then eventually I am going to record narration to go over this, so I would, go and introduce the video. But for now, we are just going to go with the visuals, and I'll kind of show you how to do that, and then we'll go back and do narration after. Okay, so this is my scene one or slide one, so that's going to be my title slide. Okay, let's add. That's good. Let's add a second one. So this is the one where I'm going to introduce like my full name and kind of talk about its history. So again, we're going to go to media. We'll choose a background photo. Guess I could do that. Although I don't know. Okay. That could be kind of cool actually. Okay, so if I do that, and then it's just not centered at all. That's okay. And then we are going to go to good. We're gonna add text. Okay. I'm gonna add my full name. So Mary Teresa Silky. I'm gonna shrink it and put it on this cool little frame. You do not have to do this. I'm just playing around because I am learning this new program as well. Okay. Ma'am, I need you to. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this is my name slide. Okay. So again, I am going to eventually put narration over this, but we are going to do that last. Okay. So I have my title. I have my name slide. And then let's do the facts about me. Again, we need a background, so go back to media. Okay, so what would I believe on my other video, my first fact was about my cat. So we could definitely do that. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that if you have a really loud background, sometimes it can be hard to get the text to stand out. That's something I haven't really worked the kinks out of for this version of the program. So I'm trying to choose things where there is a space to actually write text. If I am going to do like a more interesting visual, okay, hopefully that makes sense. So like for this, for example, I was trying to do text over this kind of palm. I think it would be really hard to get it to stand out. I think it would kind of just end up blending in. But this works because we have this kind of blank space in the middle. So again, play around with it. Maybe if you do figure out a way of making the text pop better, let me know. But for now, we're just gonna kind of choose images that work for this. Okay, so this is gonna be my fact number one. So we're gonna go with the text again, add text, fact number one. Okay, now I just need a fact that has to do with palms. Let's see. I have traveled to, what countries have I traveled to? 14. I realized that the text is disappearing. You can kind of see what I mean, right? Like it just kind of like disappears. So we're gonna shrink this down. So don't worry, guys. Here. Okay, cool. So that would be my fact one. So again, eventually I'm going to narrate over this and I'm going to add more detail and maybe talk about the favorite country I've traveled to, the, weirdest country I've traveled to, something like that. But again, and for now we're just doing the visuals. So I think I've done a good job of kind of showing you how the visuals are going to work, right? So this would be fact one, and then you would do this 4 more times for the rest of your 5 facts. So each fact is going to get its own little scene and then you would have your conclusion slide. So that's basically all we're doing. So we're just doing the same thing over and over making all our slides. You can see that I'm using a lot of different visuals, and that's going to be really important too, because I do want to see you playing around with different visuals and colors and text and that sort of thing, because this is supposed to be kind of like a test run. Because eventually you're going to be making videos that are more focused on a particular topic. This one's, you're allowed to kind of try different things and have fun with it. Okay, so we have our slides done, our scenes done. So how do you record narration? So what you're gonna do is you'll go here. I believe you want to put it at the beginning so you can start recording. Then we're gonna go to media, we're gonna go to audio, and then we're gonna record a voiceover. So let's see. So you can see, so I'm starting at the very beginning of the slide, so that's going to be important. You don't want to start recording your voiceover at the middle of the slide, obviously, because then it won't start talking for a while. Okay, so I'm going to record a voiceover. Okay, so it's going to tell me, so right now it's recording from the headphones that I'm wearing, which is perfect. Okay, so when I'm ready to start recording, and I can obviously, it's picking up on all this noise. So let's start recording here. Okay. So for this one, I'm introducing the entire video. So we're gonna go. This is my 5 facts about me video, and my name is Mary. Okay. So that is my voiceover for this one. So I'm going to go into more detail with the other slides, but for this one, I'm just introducing the video. So what I can see here is my narration did not take the full slide, which is totally fine. So this is really easy to fix. All we're going to do is we're going to just shorten down the slide a little. Because there's no video or anything that we're trying to fit in, it's if your narration does not fit the full video, just shorten down that little scene because it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I have a narration for the first scene. Now I'm going to drag this guy over to the second one. So this is where I'm going to talk about my name. So again, I'm going to make sure everything is set up, and then I'm going to start recording. My full name is Mary Teresa Zilke. I was named after my grandmother, who was the first Mary, and then my godmother was Teresa. Okay, so we have the opposite problem with this one is that the recording went over a bunch of these slides, which obviously we don't want because that's not the information that's on these 2 slides, only on this one. So again, the easiest way of fixing this problem, take the slide that we were initially recording narration for, and we are just going to drag her out until the end of the narration. Oops, sorry. To go more. There we go. Okay. And then that, actually, a little shorter. Perfect. Okay. And so again, we're just extending or shrinking down these scenes based off the narration. So narration is always going to take priority because that's the information. That's how we're giving the information to our audience. So if we need to make it longer, that's totally fine. If we need to make it shorter, that's totally fine. We just want to make sure that narration is prioritized. Okay, so we have narration for slide number 1. We have narration for slide number 2. Now we're going to go to slide number 3, and we're going to do the same thing. So I would start recording. The first fact about me is that I've traveled to 14 countries. My favorites have been Thailand and Germany, and I also was born in a different country, which was Canada. So I've been traveling since I was really young. Then we're going to finish. Again, our narration went a little long, but that is totally fine. We're just gonna move this out. Perfect. Okay. And hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, that is how we're gonna do that. So I'm going to stop this video because I do think that I've gone over it enough, and you guys are probably looking to start making your own videos. So that is how that's going to work. So you're going to end up with at least 8 scenes, as they call them. So again, these little scenes. For each of the scenes, they should be decorated differently, so have a different background, have different text. You're going to record narration for each of those scenes. Again, if your narration goes long, that is totally fine. All you're going to do is extend those scenes to fit the narration. Do not try to, say everything really fast in 5 seconds. That's silly. Just extend the narration. That's the easiest way to do it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. So let me know if you come across any issues, and I will talk to you guys later.